Ellie in Wineland presents The Art of Pairing Wine and Food. Wine has been complemented by food for thousands of years. While soft drinks may taste too artificial and liquor overpowers the cuisine, wine comes into its own at the dinner table thanks to moderate alcohol, refreshing acidity, and the sheer range of flavors. It is possible to enjoy many combinations of food and wine, and is worth knowing some successful pairings that have stood the test of time. Whether selecting a bottle to go with a Chinese carry-out or choosing different wines for every course at a formal dinner party, there are a number of basic guidelines to follow. Decide on the dominant taste in the food and choose a wine to accompany it. Select a wine to match the weight and power of your food. Full-flavored foods require full-flavored, full-bodied wines. Delicate dishes are overpowered by heavily oaked or excessively tannic styles, so they require light wines. Note that full-bodied whites have a power and weight similar to lighter reds and work equally well with dishes such as grilled tuna or roast turkey. Sweet food should be matched by a similarly sweet wine. Many Thai dishes, for example, contain a lot of sugar, which is why off-dry styles such as German Riesling or Gewürztraminer from Alsace work so well. Tannins in a red wine taste softer when they are served with red meat. This is why classic combinations like beef with red Bordeaux and lamb with red Rioja are so effective. The more complicated the flavors in a dish, the more difficult it is to find a wine to pair with it. If serving top quality wine, match the food to the wine rather than vice versa. Simply prepare dishes using the finest ingredients generally work best, allowing the wine to take center stage. Try to match regional dishes with the same region's wines. And now, let's look at some of the basics of pairing the different wine styles. Sparkling, Cava, Champagne, Prosecco, Brut Rosé. If you already love sparkling wine, give yourself a pat on the back for your exquisite taste. This fine wine first came about in France and is synonymous with the region of Champagne. Despite the lowly appeal of many grocery store options, sparkling wines are the most technically challenging and time-intensive wines made in the world. Grub, halibut, eggs, oysters. Cheese, Gruyere. Pair with light and salty. Avoid red meat, spicy dishes, and cream sauces. The ultimate dish. Seared scallops with caviar paired with both asparagus puree and potato leek puree. Dry white. Pinot Grigio, Sauvignon Blanc. These light, easy-drinking dry white wines are some of the most sold wines in the world. Even if red wines get more attention, light whites are like the beer of wine, and for this reason they are perfect to drink with most foods. Some of these wines are perfect for savory lovers, with green herbal flavors of gooseberry and bell pepper. Grub, white meat, salad, mushrooms. Cheese, Gouda. Pair with light and tangy. Avoid red meat, blue cheese, and heavy sauces. The ultimate dish. Shrimp tacos with mango pineapple salsa. Rich white, Chardonnay, Viognier, Roussanne. Full-bodied white wines are perfect for red wine lovers because of their rich, smooth taste with subtle creaminess. What makes them different than light white wines usually involves special winemaking techniques, including the use of oak aging. Just like aged whiskies, Wine becomes smoother with barrel aging too. Grub, creamy sauce, buttery fish, pasta salad. Cheese, camembert. Pair with fatty and creamy. Avoid smoked meat, Asian dishes, tomatoes. The ultimate dish, creamy Italian pasta with Tuscan chicken, spinach, and sun-dried tomatoes. Sweet white, Riesling, Moscato, Gewürztraminer. Aromatic grapes are some of the oldest wine varieties in the world. In fact, Cleopatra is noted for her love of Mosca of Alexandria from Greece, a lovely, rich, aromatic white wine. These wines have explosive, almost perfumed aromas that spring out of the glass into your nose. They can be either dry or sweet, but most will taste a touch sweet due to all those perfumey aromas. Grub, spicy foods, curries, fruity desserts. Cheese, brie. Pair with spicy and sweet. Avoid foods that are sweeter than your wine, dark chocolate. The ultimate dish. Stir-fry wok noodles with grilled duck breast. Light reds, Pinot Noir, Gamay, Zweigelt. Light-bodied red wines are typically pale in color. You can see through them in a glass, and a very light tannin. Tannin tastes astringent in wine and dries your mouth in the same way that putting a wet tea bag on your tongue would. For this reason, light red wines are some of the most coveted wines in the world. Grub, white meat, cured meat, truffles. Cheese, Swiss. Pair with earthy and woody. Avoid barbecue sauce, smoked foods, salty foods. The ultimate dish. Stewed rabbit with mushroom pilaf. Medium reds. Cabernet Sauvignon, Bordeaux, Merlot. Medium red wines are what I like to call food wines. They offer up tons of flavor with a balance of zesty acidity, which makes them match with a wide variety of foods, from zesty salads to rich and cheesy lasagna. These are the perfect midweek wines for red wine lovers. Grub, red meat, braised dishes to potatoes. Cheese, Gorgonzola. Pair with rich and savory. Avoid spicy foods, raw fish, oysters. The ultimate dish. Beef Wellington with mashed potatoes. Bold reds, Syrah, Malbec, Mourvedre. Full-bodied red wines are the deepest, darkest, and most tannic of all the red wines. Tannin might sound weird and bitter, but the tannin in wine binds to proteins in our saliva, and it has a palate cleansing effect. This is why a bold red wine pairs so wonderfully with a juicy, fatty steak like ribeye. Full-bodied red wines are also quite pleasing and stand on their own as a cocktail wine. Grub, stew, lamb, pâté. Cheese, smoked cheddar. Pair with bold and fatty. Avoid seafood, egg dishes, light salads. The ultimate dish. Beef, veal, and oxtail stew with vegetable ragu. And last but not least, dessert wines. Sherry, port, Madeira. In the mid to late 1800s, sweet wines were more popular than dry wines. In fact, several of the most exalted wines in the world, from Sauternes in Bordeaux to Essentia from Hungary, are practically as thick as maple syrup. Dessert wines today now range from dry to sweet and are some of the boldest, most intensely flavored and aromatic wines in the world. Grub, walnuts, desserts, chocolate. Cheese, Stilton. Pair with rich and sweet. Avoid seafood, white meat, citrus. The ultimate dish. Chocolate Napoleon with caramelized hazelnuts. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more deep dives into the world of wine and food pairing. Join us on a journey around the wine world and subscribe today if you want to become a true wine expert. Check out our other Wino One episodes. And remember, we are not drinking, we are learning. In Vino Veritas. Cheers, yours truly, Ellie.